All right, everyone. It is the real Hayden here. How well can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me pretty well? Let me know down below. We got us a new mic, so this should make it much better quality. So hopefully you guys can hear me well. So Monday Night Raw was tonight. And overall, I think that this show was very boring. Very, very, very boring. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, I thought, had a very boring match at the end of the show. I swear to God, that match seemed like it went on for like 40, 50 minutes. I swear it did. Because I'm not sure how long it was. I'm not sure how long the match was, but the match felt long. Very, very, very long. And I think it was very lazy how they did the tournament. I thought it was going to be individual matches. It kind of just seemed rushed and thrown together. They were doing fatal four ways. Okay, yeah, that does sound good. My audio quality already sounds much better, so that's great news. Hopefully, more people will tune in now that we got better sound quality. But yeah, Seth Rollins beats Braun Breaker. Roman Reigns started the show in another very boring segment, and Jacob Fatu acknowledges him. And then they did a fatal four way. I think it was Carmelo Hayes versus Penta versus Obafemi versus Solo Sikoa, and Obafemi wins. I can't remember who he pinned. I literally cannot remember who he pinned at all. It might have been Carmelo. I don't think it was Penta who he pinned. But Io Sky won the women's one. It was Julia, I believe. Julia took the pin versus Io Sky versus Roxanne versus, was it Raquel or no? It was Roxanne, Io. Was it Julia and was it Kia? Who was supposed to face Julia? I have all of this written down. Hold on one second. Lash Legend, that's who it was. Literally, Lash Legend looked like she would absolutely destroy Roxanne Perez in a real fight. Roxanne Perez is tiny. She doesn't look like she could hurt a fly. Absolutely tiny as hell. But how lazy this was to just book Fatal Four. I mean, yeah, it gets it done faster, but that's not what the King of the Ring tournament is supposed to be. And call it King of the Ring. It doesn't need to be called Queen of the Ring. Like, you can have the Queen of the Ring tournament, but you can still just call the show King of the Ring, what it's known for. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. This show was nothing. Currently watching that El Grande Americano stuff. They aired it right after the show where Chad Gable unmasked, and he said that Ludwig is now El Grande or whatever. Who knows where they're going with that? It was kind of weird how they just acted like that was such a big story all of a sudden, like they weren't just jobbers on Raw 2 weeks ago. My audio quality, from what I heard so far, sounds much better though. Much, much, much better, and that's good. There was also a tag team match tonight. It was Ethan Page and Rusev versus Rey Mysterio and wasn't Ray Phoenix, was it Dragon Lee? And Ray was also wearing his old school attire once again. I thought that was pretty cool. I need to change the thumbnail. I haven't done that yet. Wait, no, I did do that. Okay. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Raw. Did you watch it? I thought Clash in Italy, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was most definitely better than Backlash. Most definitely better than Backlash, I will say. And they also changed some of the tournament participants. I heard they took Ricky Starks and Tala Tonga out, replaced them with Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. I don't understand AAA. I ordered a AAA game for the PS3. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. But I really don't get AAA like that. I don't understand how all of a sudden two jobbers fighting is such a big deal. I wish someone would explain that. Sol Ruka was on Raw. What did she do tonight? I think she just cut a promo. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure she just cut a promo. Let me look at the results. That Braun and Seth match was boring. The Roman, all that stuff was boring as hell. Yeah, Sol Ruka just had a little promo as the new IC champ. No, that was Dragon Lee. I said Dragon Lee. Dude, this show only had a few things happen in a 2.5 hour show. That's crazy. It seemed like there goes my laptop again, not wanting to charge. Hold on. There we go. It's charging. Very boring Raw, dude. I'm tired of seeing. Honest to God, I think Cody Rhodes at this point is more entertaining than Roman Reigns. Like, dude, there was literally like what 5 segments on this show, if that. Like, dude, they've managed to stretch these nothing shows out. They give us no content at all, and they managed to stretch it out somehow. It's pretty impressive. Hell, AAA looks more entertaining. Raw's better than SmackDown, though. SmackDown has been awful. I don't know what the fuck they've been doing to that show, but that show has been just fucking abysmal. Literally like one of the worst shows. I'm honestly surprised I'm on here doing this Raw review. I'm about to eat. I didn't think I'd be on here doing it because I'm just really tired. But it was a very nothing show. They really, don't have much time till Night of Champions, so they just threw these matches together into fatal 4-way matches or whatnot. Very, very nothing matches, if you ask me. I love this new mic, though. This thing works great. I'm going to be using the hell out of this mic. I read a few reviews. Some people said it broke or whatnot, but I feel like those people just don't take care of their stuff. I got a mute button. It turns red when I mute. That's just too cool. Way too cool. But yeah, this show didn't really leave us with much to talk about. Obafemi wins his match against Penta, Carmelo, and Solo. Io Sky wins the other one. I guess those are the right decisions. If you've seen my predictions, I thought they were going to be one-on-one matches, but I predicted both of them to win either way. So we'll see how the other ones go. I'm pretty sure Obafemi's going to win the whole King of the Ring tournament. I think it's pretty obvious. Unless Brock Lesnar returns and screws him over or something. That's really the only way I could not see Oba winning. Because who in this tournament's going to beat Obafemi? It just doesn't make sense. I think the final two is going to probably be Drew McIntyre and Obafemi, probably. And then they said the winner gets a title shot at SummerSlam. They could do Oba versus Roman or something. More than likely, I could see that happening. But they got to do the Brock and Oba trilogy, so I don't know if they'll do that at Night of Champions or what their plan is there. This show is awful, and it's clear. It was clear after WrestleMania they weren't going to try to write a good show. It was very clear. And then Clash in Italy's over. It was another nothing show. It's just a bunch of nothing shows until SummerSlam. Then something exciting might happen. I think this is like the stupidest King of the Ring tournament I've ever seen. It doesn't even feel like a tournament. Why did they not just do the pay per view? There's no show in July. I don't understand. They could have put Night of Champions in September. In June, they could have had King of the Ring. Whoever makes these schedules does not know wrestling at all. June would have been perfect for King of the Ring pay per view. It used to be in June, I'm pretty sure. And June and then July could have been Money in the Bank, and September could have been Night of Champions like it used to be. But no, they did Night of Champions in June. They didn't do King of the Ring at all, and they did Money in the Bank in September, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. Um. Hold on. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna eat real quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go AFK. We'll come back and talk about Raw a little bit more. Here's my plate right here. Got salmon, white rice, and fish right now. Monday Night Raw was definitely not a great show tonight. I don't know why they keep giving us just these horrible shows. They expect us to watch this crap that they produce every single week, and it's just awful. It really is just awful. But yeah, this left us really with nothing to talk about, nowhere to go. There's still a lot of wrestlers who haven't even returned after WrestleMania. Drew, Orton, Punk, LA Knight finally came back. But yeah, I don't really know. The landscape of wrestling just doesn't look that exciting right now. Night of Champions, I'm sure, is going to be a nothing show. Pretty much like they've all been recently. Just a bunch of nothing shows. That's really all they know how to produce. That's really it. But I'll be right back, guys. All right, y'all. So I just ate a little bit of my fish, stuff like that. So yeah, these shows, man, they're really hard to get through. These 2026 Monday Night Raws, Friday Night SmackDowns, they're very hard shows to get through. They're just not good shows. They're very bare minimum, very low effort. Most people would say that they're not feeling the current wrestling product. Most people would say that because it's not a good product. It's just the reality. And when there's not a good product, you lose your fans. People are tuning out. People are tuning out, and that's why I keep saying Tony Khan, it's his best chance ever. It's Tony Khan's best chance to get new fans to tune in. But there was a tag match between Ethan Page. It was Ethan Page, Rusev versus Ray and Dragon Lee. Ethan Page and Rusev were kind of helping each other last week. I had a feeling this tag match was going to be made. I'm a fan of Rusev and I'm a fan of Ethan Page. I didn't know Ethan Page's age, though. He's 36, turning 37 this year. I thought Ethan Page was 10 years younger than that. But I first heard of Ethan Page in January of 2025. It was the first NXT of 2025 when The Rock was on the show. That's how I first heard of Ethan Page. I know he was in AEW at one point also. But I think he's very good. He's got a cool theme song. I like his theme song. He's just got charisma, man, and I can appreciate that. Ricky Saints has a lot of charisma too. Both of them too. Honestly, though, Rusev isn't really doing anything. Ethan Page really isn't doing much right now. I would like to see Ethan Page and Rusev maybe be a tag team. They could challenge a division for the tag belts. That would be interesting, I think. More interesting than anything else we're seeing. Like, I'm currently watching a lot of SmackDown right now from 2012. Even that's more entertaining than what we're seeing now. I'm watching SmackDown from 2012 because I haven't went back and watched SmackDown from 2012 in a long time. It's really not that bad, at least the early half. I know it falls off some towards the end of the year. But, yeah, guys, wrestling is in a very depressing state, and I made a video, you guys seen that, about how I thought wrestling was in a very depressing state. It really is sad, the state that wrestling is currently in. I'm not sure when it became, well, actually I do know when it became the way it is, when TKO took over, but it wasn't perfect before that either. There was a lot of questionable booking. But there wasn't as much money hungry bullshit that we see now. That's just the reality. There was nowhere near as much just money hungry motherfuckers the way that there are now. I don't know what happened to wrestling, man. Wrestling somehow the last 10 years or so, just even before, it was building towards it before then, you know what I'm saying? But wrestling is just really fucking lame now. And I do think most people would agree with me that it's just not headed in a good direction. Like, at all. I don't think it is headed in a good direction. But did they? I seen where they took the all ego out of Ethan Page's song. He had a good song. There was no reason to change it. If something's not broken, don't fucking fix it. Someone needs to tell TKO that. TKO is absolutely fucking stupid, and they don't know they don't know how to run a wrestling product. First and foremost, they couldn't do it if their life depended on it. First and foremost, Literally could not do it if their fucking life depended on it. This show is terrible. It's terrible, and it's not getting better anytime soon. It gets worse about every single time I tune in. The roster's weak. There needs to be more. You let everybody go. You've wasted everybody. This is what happens when you let Triple H and John Cena bury everybody all them years. Roman Reigns, like, no stars have been made. And this is the result of that. And WWE is afraid to take any risks. They don't want to take any risks at all and let Jacob Fatu or anyone else get a belt on them because they're afraid to take a risk. They're always trying to play it safe. And that's just the reality of the current WWE product. And AEW is really no better. I gave AEW a lot of props, but they kind of ruined it. They put on... Double or Nothing was a good show, but they put on a very mid show on Dynamite and Collision. So they kind of lost me. I think they lost a lot of viewers. Any casual person that tuned in definitely already tuned out. Any casual person that's tuned in has already tuned out. But yeah, I thought it was very lazy how they handled the tournament matches, how they just made them fatal 4-ways instead of leaving them one-on-one. That's kind of pathetic. Very pathetic, to be honest with you. Very, 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 very pathetic. I'm watching SmackDown from 2012. I thought this shit was bad back then. I'll take this any day over what we're seeing now. Because what we're seeing now just sucks. It's not good. None of it is good. It's all just terrible. I really hate to be a wrestling fan at this time with how bad these shows really are. They are just fucking horrible. Like, they're literally worse than they have ever been. And there's just no way that could be debated with how bad these shows really are. They are atrocious. Cody Rhodes is a boring world champion. Roman Reigns is an even more boring world champion. I think Cody Rhodes, I swear on everything, Cody Rhodes is better and more entertaining than Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is fucking boring. I'm sorry. He just sucks. He just stands in the ring. He always tries to aura farm and stuff. It's always the same thing with him. Always. He's been boring for years, dude. Time to move on to something new, but they just won't do it. They won't let go of this bloodline bullshit. Now they're having to reform it. I don't want to see this shit again. I don't care if I don't care if Jacob Fatu's involved or if Jacob Fatu falls in line. I really don't care. I don't want to see this story again. Do people really want to see this? That's my question, because I don't. I don't want to see this. Let me know if y'all want to see it, because I definitely don't. I definitely don't. I appreciate anyone who's tuning in and watching this live. Our views have been growing very, very, very exponentially, and I appreciate anyone who's been a part of that. Anyone who's ever left a like, watched my videos for a good period of time, gave me some watch hours, I really appreciate it. You are the reason my channel is very close to being monetized, guys, and I really appreciate anyone who's helped along the way. We just like to hop on here and talk about wrestling, man. That's what we do. There's been a lot of good. There's been a lot of bad. There's been both. Mainly bad recently, let's be honest. Mainly bad. Hardly any good ever. But yeah, Cody Rhodes has the same 2 or 3 catchphrases. I think he's got more than Roman. Roman is just absolutely terrible in 2026. Like, they're just trying to play it safe by leaving it on the safe option, Roman Reigns. Like, it's just old, man. I don't want to see this shit anymore. It's so bad. And they're already Obafemi's already starting to go downhill now. I mean, he lost to Brock. Now, he said he was going to kill Brock Lesnar at Clash in Italy, and he lost. So, I mean, do what you will with that information. It's embarrassing how bad these shows are. I don't know how they're not embarrassed putting on these shows. I really cannot believe just how bad they really are, though. Like, it makes me not even want to watch. No, seriously, it makes me really not want to watch. Because the reality is that these shows just aren't good. Not good at all. They're just very, very bad. Very mid. Honestly, less than mid, if you ask me. But Night of Champions is coming up, and they're going to have the tournament finale. It's probably going to be Obafemi and Drew McIntyre. I mean, I really don't see who else it would be. Obafemi and Drew McIntyre. Oba will probably win. Let's just be real. Not that that would be the wrong decision. Sol Ruka also came out. She said she was mixed. A lot of people were surprised because of how white she looks. So people were surprised for her to say she's mixed. But her dad looks like he's like half black and her mom's white. So I don't know. Either way, people are weird, man, when it comes to stuff like that. People are really, really fucking weird. Greatness. Yeah, feels like greatness. If you guys enjoyed Monday Night Raw, let me know. I genuinely want to know how. Like, genuinely. What if I go to this? Jesus, this camera angle. You got us on full screen. Greatness. Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. We're at 36 and a half minutes. Currently on this Raw review. They don't give us an hour's worth of stuff to talk about anymore. Like, I normally like to do these reviews for an hour, but they don't give us an hour's worth of stuff or content to discuss anymore. That's the reality. Greatness. Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. I love this new mic, though. It works wonders. Gets my points across perfectly. I love it, dude. Y'all, if you're watching the replay, for my replay gang out there, please leave a like. The like goes a long way, I promise. The like really does go a long way, and I appreciate anyone who does stop by, leave a like, stuff like that. It does mean a lot. I got a lot more different types of content coming. I really appreciate anyone who's tuning in. Break the rules, break the law. This is the moment we changed it all. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Oh, I got the old song stuck in my head for some reason. Boring tournament. Why the fuck is Liv Morgan in the tournament? It makes no fucking sense. The winner gets a title shot, but Liv Morgan, your world champion, is in it. Is it because you have no women's wrestlers? Is that why she's in it? They could have easily put someone else in that spot. They put Liv Morgan for some stupid fucking reason. There's no logic behind anything this company does in 2026. Literally just none at all. I genuinely think that this company gets worse by the day, and I don't think there's any helping them or any hope for them to get better. It sucks to see something you know you love as a kid just turn into absolute shit when you get older, you know what I'm saying? These videos are fun to record though. I appreciate anyone who watches. I enjoy recording them. We're about to hit 40 minutes on tonight's Raw review. Tonight's Raw review, guys. I didn't know Raw was starting this early. I said earlier in my stream, Raw was starting at 8 p.m. I guess they're still in Italy or somewhere out of the country. And yeah, so I was wrong about that. So Raw started at 2 p.m. It ended, I want to say, around 5-ish, 4-ish. No, it was 4-ish. It's when it ended. It's currently 6:06 p.m. I'm honestly shocked that I'm still awake. Yeah, just not a very good episode of Monday Night Raw. Pretty shitty way to follow up Clash in Italy, in my opinion. Clash in Italy wasn't even that great of a show. It was better than Backlash. Backlash was fucking atrocious. Nothing, you know, they keep feeding us, they keep selling us this bag of air where they give us nothing, you know what I'm saying? But they still want to take your money, but they give you nothing in return. And I think a lot of fans are sick of this shit. Damn, it's Monday. A lot of people are just lame, man. Especially in 2026. Roman Reigns has got to be like literally one of the most boring world champions of all time. Utter disappointment. But he's the safe bet. I think Roman's going to hold it for a while. I don't really see anyone taking it anytime soon unless CM Punk comes back. Honestly, at this point, I have no interest in a CM Punk return. I mean, I know he's going to return, but who cares? Who really cares? Fans got what they wanted with him returning, and I don't necessarily believe that he's delivered the way he should have, at least. I don't think he was. You know, he wasn't a bad world champion compared to some people we see nowadays. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of really, really bad world champions. So it's hard to distinguish a good and a bad world champion these days when a lot of them are bad. So, and the bar's been lowered. But Night of Champions, I'm not looking forward to it at all. If it was 2010, I probably would be because, you know, every title would be defended. But we're in 2026, unfortunately. And it's just going to be another nothing pay per view, probably with 5 matches. Not every title will be defended. And it's just going to be another nothing show. And then we got nothing until SummerSlam after Night of Champions. And I'm looking forward to Money in the Bank more than I am SummerSlam. I love Money in the Bank. I love the whole concept and everything. Love the whole concept of Money in the Bank. It's just something personally that I enjoy. I think I love the concept. And it was interesting that it was Chris Jericho's idea, the Money in the Bank. Well, they wanted a multi-man match, and Jericho came up with the idea of a ladder match, and then WWE wanted the briefcase, and it all came. He also came up with the idea that you have a title shot for up to a year. Got the hiccups. Yeah, I guess we'll see Friday on SmackDown. If anything interesting happens, I doubt it. This was a nothing show. Just so fucking boring, dude. And these shows, like, I wanted to turn it off. Like, I almost turned the show off when Roman got in the ring and was trying to aura farm by not speaking for like 10 minutes. I literally almost shut the fucking show off. I'm tired of seeing that shit. It's so bad. No one wants to sit there and watch a dude not speak in the fucking ring for 10 minutes. I don't care who you are, how much aura you have, whatever it is. That's not what I want to see. That's not why I turn the show on. I turn the show on to see some good fucking wrestling, and we never get that shit. So we never get that shit. You guys have been fucking awesome supporting my videos. I really appreciate it. Keep the likes coming, guys. They do mean a lot, and I appreciate anyone who does. Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Dude, that audio is just amazing. Literally just amazing. But yeah, I don't know how much more we really have to discuss. I mean, we're close to the hour mark. I guess I could maybe try to hit that mark. I don't know. If anyone has any questions about this Monday Night Raw, let me know down below. We'll talk about it. There ain't really much to talk about. I mean, the Fatal 4-Way match was cool. Obafemi wins. I thought it was just going to be Oba and Penta. I was looking more forward to that. And then when I found out that it was the Fatal 4-Way. Boom. It's hard to sit through these shows sometimes. But Monday Night Raw for me probably tonight gets like a 3 out of 10. It's a bad show. I like the fact that Sol Ruka beat Becky Lynch though for the IC title. That was a good call. Very good call. Whoever made that decision, good job. That's the one good decision WWE made in a very long time. But guys, I think this is going to wrap it up for my Raw review. I don't think there's much more to discuss. These shows don't give us anything beyond an hour to discuss. And yeah, I'm probably going to have to come back with some retro content because this new content just ain't shit because of how bad the product currently is. I appreciate anyone patient enough to stick through this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace out. Thank you so much.